I got married when I was 23, and I did, for the first few years, I was working full time, and then I decided to have a family. But unfortunately, I had several miscarriages. I had a family, a large family with lots of children, so I used to help looking after, my relatives' children. In fact, I used to write biographies of actors and actresses, and it was a very lovely job because I used to start at 10 o'clock, and straight away my boss would say, go down to 20th Century Fox and go and see this film. And I stopped work. I wasn't well. I had a nervous breakdown, and I was hospitalised for some time. About 6 years ago, when I was on holiday in Egypt, or 7 years, I tripped and shattered my hand completely. And fortunately, because of the experienced doctor at the clinic in Egypt, he patched my hand up, and when I came back I saw the rheumatologist, and they decided to redo my hand all again.
She's going to have an operation next week on her tendons because she has rheumatoid arthritis.
I'm going in to have my hand sort of reconstructed, tendon damage in the thumb to be repaired. Trying to get my hand straight because I can't straighten it, and just to make it look better and workable as a hand should be, like this one, because I find it very difficult to pick up things.
I'm not worried about the operation because I know she's in good medical hands. I don't like being without her. If she's not here, I feel distressed and lonely.
Alan is banned from the hospital. I'm going to ban him because I don't think he really cares. He's not interested.
But I care about her so much that if she's not well, then I worry about it.
He has an alcohol problem, and that's the only thing that he cares about, his alcohol. So I think it would be better for me if I just go and get my operation done.
She's going into hospital soon. I've got 2 dogs to look after, right? And she's not going to be here.
There was a time when my husband's drinking became so excessive. I went to see my GP, and she organised a meeting with the psychiatrist and some helpers, and it was decided to send him into detox, which was for about 11 days. He went away in a special place, and he was given alcohol, talks on what the damage it causes and how to try and stop. And when a person drinks a lot like that, they have a need for it. So they gave him, I think, like mild tranquilizers to stop the wanting to drink. So he went into detox for 11 days, had some treatment, medication, group therapy, and he came home. And within 5 minutes, he was out drinking again. So it really wasn't a success. I think he's always liked to drink, but he's never been alcoholic until about 4-5 years ago, coming up 5 years since he had to retire from work. It was company policy that when you reach 65, you have to retire. It's just that the company didn't tell the people who were, getting near retirement age that was the company policy, and he just mistakenly thought that he could work and work and work. But he had to retire, and I think that's what brought it out. I think it's always been there, the alcoholism, but a trauma like having to retire from work, that's what, started it up. It's taken my life away completely. I don't have a life. All I have is someone he is not a person, he gets drunk, but he's not the sort of person who falls over. Although he has done in the past. He's now known as being a topper-upper. He tops up. Then when a little bit leaves his body, he tops up again. So he never appears to be drunk. He just tops up and tops up and tops up. And when he needs to be topped up, I think he gets agitated because he begins to walk from room to room, that sort of thing. And it is a form of agitation, I think. And then he'll find an excuse to go out, go down and get some shopping. Do I need shopping? Buy a newspaper. Does the dog need some biscuits? There's always an excuse for him to go out. And he's out 2-3 hours. And when he comes back, he's a bit zombie-ish. And I just think, oh, he's been drinking. So I just carry on. I have to. I've got to try and put it behind me. There is a saying, I didn't cause it. I can't control it. And I can't cure it. Alcohol does change the personality. It does. And I think if he wanted to stop, I think he doesn't want to stop because there isn't anything to replace it. He doesn't realise there's a lot to replace it. He could have a good life. The person I married no longer exists. He is completely different. It has put a strain on the marriage to the extent that I'm thinking of, after my operation and once I'm well, of maybe selling the house and living on my own, because I think it's too much strain. And I don't think he has the right to take away my life. A lot of people who are alcoholics, they do lose their family. They really do. Although I've had all this sadness, I still do see a future. And I think it is a pretty bright future too. I have friends, I've still got my family. He doesn't care about me, I know that. So I've decided I'll just go on and carry on with my life. And I think, as I said, I think the future's looking very, very bright. It's just getting up that little bit of effort to do it. But when it gets bad enough, that effort won't be an effort. It'll come easy to me.